Daniel here with St. Paul's Free University, and today I'm going to show you a quick little tip on how to easily connect your different blogs and Facebook groups and social media platforms all together so that whenever you post in one place, it'll automatically be posted in another, which saves you time and hopefully gets the word out to all the different people that are following you, helping you build your brand. So this is a free service. It does have a more expensive plan, but for us, we just can start using the free version of it. It's called IFTTT. That stands for if this then that, and that's what the service does. It lets you say if something happens on Pinterest or my blog or Facebook or YouTube, then do something on one of these other sites, which for us is probably going to be posting it on one of the other sites. The way I use this specifically is I hook my blog up to Facebook because I don't use Facebook that much, and I just want whenever I post something to my blog it to go on Facebook as well, so people that are on Facebook can see it. And I do the same thing with my YouTube, and I hook that up to Facebook. But if you have like a Twitter account or you have Instagram or any of that other stuff going on and you like to post on there, you can hook those up to automatically post in places where you're not as active. So one thing about this service is that you, from what I can tell, you can only have one like page or one account of each service connected per account on this. So I've got one already set up for my off-grid permaculture work, and I want to set up one today for my other website, Overcoming Toxic People. So I'm going to do that. And be aware that if you do want to have multiple different accounts connected, you may have to make multiple IFTTT accounts as well. Here, so I'm going to click sign up, top right. And you can use one of these other accounts with these services if you want. I prefer just to use an email and a password. I'm going to click down here in the small text, sign up. Then it wants an email, so I'm going to email that I haven't used before with this or with this this website. That and a password. I don't care. I'm going to use whatever it recommends. Sign up. Good. Here we go. So now it's recommending, hey, you can connect Slack. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to click skip on the top right here, and that gets you your actual account. Good. So let's start connecting. So to do that, let's hit create on the top right here, and that lets you get started making one of these workflows. To start with, we want to choose the event that causes this action to happen. Add up here. As you can see, they have tons and tons of services that you can interconnect, and there's almost unlimited things that you can do with this. It doesn't just have to be helping publish stuff on multiple platforms. Do things like connect with other bloggers or other like social media accounts that you are interested in following, and have it email you or have it put it in Google Docs so you can follow people like that, or you can purchases and have it go into a spreadsheet. You can do tons and tons of stuff with it. So I think there's a lot that we can start building up with it. But the very basic thing is just to connect it to a blog. So I'm going to do that. And the way to connect with a blog is actually to use RSS feed option. And you can say, I want everything in the feed. So every time you post a new blog post to go up, or things that only match certain types of keywords or have certain title, stuff like that. For our bloggers, I just want to post everything. So I'm going to click the left-hand option. Then we need to connect it to a blog. So hit connect. Something popped up, but then it went away, and now it says feed URL. So we need to find the feed URL for our page, and it actually depends on the theme that you use. So I'm going to go to my website, people, see if I can find it. I don't have anything around here that looks like feed, but I do know that if I go to one of the pages and I scroll down, I can see down here RSS feed. You may find this on the bottom of your blog. You may find this on the right-hand side somewhere, or down here on the bottom of the sidebar. You may even see it at the top. Sometimes you will only see this symbol, not the word RSS. Now, if you are running a WordPress site, I know for sure that every WordPress instance does have an RSS feed by default. So if you're working with us at St. Paul's Free University, reach out to me. If you're having difficulty finding this, I can help you find it, because I do know everybody's RSS feed that's currently working with us. If you're not with St. Paul's Free University, watching this on YouTube, I would just recommend looking up WordPress RSS feed or whatever blogging service you're using, RSS feed on Google, and it should give you. But anyway, so I copied that link and I here and paste the form. Trigger, and it should be checking it like it's good. So now we get to decide what to do with this. And it's much the same process. We just choose what service we want to put it into. It could be one of millions of things. For me, I'm going to use Facebook pages. Then we get to choose what to do with it. And this just changes your message status. So this would be something good to link with, maybe Twitter or something like that. Link post is what I use. And then you can also have it upload a photo to a Facebook page. Link post, I'll show you what that actually does. What it does is it creates a bit of text up here. And then whatever the new blog post that you made is, it'll pull an image from that blog post and title and a description from it, whatever you wrote in the blog. And if you click on it, or if anybody viewing this page clicks on it, it'll take you right to the blog post so they can read the whole thing. So that's the way I like to set this up. Create link post is what I'm going to go with, and then connect. And now it's going to pull up, pulled up on the side over here for me, another window. And then this is where, if you're not signed into Facebook, sign in. I already am. I've already connected this to IFTTT, but it may ask you, are you sure you want to connect? Yes, I'm going to say as me. The next page. And so this is the reason why I had to make a separate account for my Overcoming Toxic People versus off-grid permaculture. From what I can tell, you can only connect one page to Facebook per IFTTT. Another unfortunate thing about this is you can't actually connect groups to it. Facebook in general does not allow posting to, unless you're actually physically doing it. So you'd have to go in and still manually paste if you want to paste into a group. Like we recommend that you make a group account. But I like to have everything in my page that I post so that people following my page can also see it. So this does help out, but it would be nicer if you could post in the groups, but unfortunately. Anyway, I'm going to keep Overcoming Toxic People because that's what I'm doing now, and click update. Great. Now we get to choose the format of the post. So by default, it has this entry URL, which means that it links to the page that you wrote on your blog, which is definitely what we want. And then here you can just say, you know, something like check out post or whatever you want to say. This gets written up here at the top by default. Now, what I actually did with mine is I just want the beginning text of the article to be up there. Now, it does show it below, depending on the aspect ratio of your picture. May or may not see it below. Like this one has a few sentences, or a few, like the first half of a sentence of the introductory paragraph. This has the full thing. But what I did is I just said put the whole introductory paragraph as the text above it as well. And the way to do that is to get rid of anything that's in here, make cursors in there and hit add ingredient. Then from this list, choose entry content. So this will be whatever content is in your RSS feed, usually the first paragraph of the article that you wrote. There we go, create action, everything looks good, continue. All right, so now it's asking us what we actually want to call this. This is just what's shown to us on our dashboard. I'm going to leave it as it is. I don't need to receive notifications, so finish. There we go. So usually what this does is it actually checks it about once an hour. So if you post something, it may not go onto Facebook immediately, but it should go within an hour of the first time, you know, every hour basically. So now I want to create a similar thing, but for YouTube. So let's do that again. All right, clicking back was not the right thing to do. Let's hit create again. Go and start a new one. So basically the same thing. If this is going to be, instead of an RSS feed, we'll do YouTube. I just type YOU for the search. There's a bunch of stuff that you can add, super chat messages, if you liked a video. What I is if new public video uploaded by you. So everything you upload a video, then you can do something with it, put it on Facebook, whatever you want to do. So then it says, blah, blah, this is YouTube, hit connect. Pull up another window. This is going to be basically the same process. So now it's asking what account do you want to use. I'm going to use my account. And then which channel. And this is, again, what I can tell you, for every IFTTT account, you can only choose one channel. I'm going to choose Toxic People for this because that's what we're doing here. It's saying it wants to get some information about your account so that I can use it. We'll have to click allow if we want to use the service. Then what to do with it. Again, I'm just going to go with Facebook. So since Facebook's already connected with this account, it's not going to ask us again. We can go on from here. So I'm going to create a link post URL, and then I'm going to add ingredients. For this, I'm going to choose description. So this will put the text of the description of the video below here. If you don't plan on putting a description, you should if you're doing it. But if you want something else besides description, you can just type it in here or choose one of the other things, like the title. I don't recommend the title just because, and I'll see if I can show an example here. When it posted in Facebook, yeah, you see it here. It's like shown under the thumbnail of the video. So you don't necessarily need it in the text, but you can choose the title if you want to do that. Creation date, the URL of the video should definitely be in link URL, but you can put it down here as well if you wanted. But I just stick with description. So we'll hit create action. Everything looks good. Hit continue. And then it asks you again, what do you want to describe it? This is just for you. Nobody else sees this. So hit finish. There you go. So it's connected. Now if I go back to home, I can see the 2 applets that I made. And by default, the free accounts, you can have up to 3 actions. So you end up getting another social media service that you're using frequently and you want to connect it to something else, you can do that here. And from what I can tell, you can also get as many different accounts as you want. You just need a new email for each one. And so that's it. Hopefully this helps you stay up to date on all your different social media platforms when you're posting your content. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at Balls for You.